The goal of this video is to show how I added HTTPS certificate from ssl-Encrypt for my website running on Azure App Service. So far, I've been using App Service Certificate, which I purchased right inside the Azure portal. It's issued by GoDaddy and expires every 12 months. It costs $70 a year. It covers my root and www subdomain. One thing to be aware of is that the certificate renews 30 days before expiration date, with no email reminder to remind you that's about to happen. So if you have an MSDN subscription, you have your spending limit on, just be careful. It may exceed that. And when that happens, your site goes down. This leads me to ssl-Encrypt. It's another CA or certificate authority like GoDaddy. It's free. It's used by companies like Stack Overflow and Shopify. It expires every 3 months. To renew the certificate, I need to install a site extension running as a web job. It takes a few steps, hence this video. Some prerequisites. First, my app needs the right service plan. At a minimum, a B1 plan is required. It gives me the ability to configure SSL bindings. Also, the web job requires a always-on option to be turned on, which I have done so in my app service configuration settings. These two options are not in the shared plan. Here's the flow. I'm going to install the ssl-Encrypt site extension on my web app as a web job. It's an open source project. I'll leave the link below. The extension basically communicates with ssl-Encrypt and gets back my certificate, and then it stores a bunch of stuff into my storage account. To do all that on my behalf, I need to register my application in Active Directory and assign my app a contributor role in my resource group's access control. So let's take a look. First, I'm going to Azure Active Directory app registration, new registration, and put my application name there, and leave the accounts in this organizational directory only selected, and input my URL there. Click on register. Then copy out the client ID and the tenant ID of your registered app onto a notepad on the side. Then go to certificates and secrets, add a new client secret. Put your application name there or anything, just put never on the expires, and then copy your client secret out on your notepad. Now let's go to resource groups. Click on your resource group, add a role assignment. For the role, select contributor. Then put your application name there, and then click on your application name, click on save. Then make sure your role assignment is there by going to the role assignment tab. Then you see it there, that's perfect. Go to storage account. I already have an existing storage account, so I'm just going to use that. Go to access keys and copy the connection string of the first key. Then go to your app service and configurations to add a couple of settings here. Click on new application setting and paste your storage connection string, the one you just copied, and put Azure Web Jobs Dashboard into the name. Click on OK. Then add another one. This time for the name, put Azure Web Job Storage. For the value is the same storage connection string. Click on OK. Then click on Save. Then let's go to, on the bottom, go to Advanced Tools, go to Kudu, Site Extensions, Gallery, and search for ssl-Encrypt. First, make sure this is the one that I want. It is, and then click on the plus sign and click on Install. After the installation, you want to make sure you restart the site. After restarting your site, you can click on that play button, and then you will see this page with a form on the bottom. Then just copy and paste in the tenant ID on the top there. One thing I forgot to copy is that subscription ID. Go back to my app service overview page. the subscription ID is right there. Just copy that value and go back to the form and paste the subscription ID in there. And then copy paste the client ID and client secret. Both values were saved on your notepad. Then put in your resource group name. Then the same value for service plan resource group name. And then check the last checkbox for update application settings and virtual directory. Click on next. And here you want to select both host names, that's your naked domain and your www subdomain, and put your email there. And click on request and install certificate. After all is done and correct, you will see the success page with your certificates on the bottom. Now you can go to your live site and check your certificate. Voila, it's issued by Let's Encrypt, is valid for 3 months. This is my first time using this, and I will keep an eye on this when the time comes to renew it. Thank you for watching.